Welcome to the Obeya YouTube channel, where you can find professional expert knowledge to master your projects. In our today's video, we are going to talk about requirements engineering in context to project management. Let's be honest, most project problems don't start with technology. They start with unclear or poorly defined requirements. In many organizations, requirements are treated as a side task, something the business hands off to the project team, with the expectation that things will just fall into place. But here's the reality. Requirements are not a technical detail. They are the foundation of project control. When the requirements are vague, inconsistent, or incomplete, project planning becomes guesswork. Timelines shift, budgets stretch, and deliverables miss the mark, not because the team failed, but because they were aiming at a moving target. Requirements engineering is where scope, expectations, and delivery logic of technical features come together. Within time and budget, it connects business goals with execution. It defines what needs to be built, how success will be measured, and what must be protected when changes inevitably come. So when requirements engineering is skipped or rushed, project management loses its most important tool, clarity. And when that happens, even the best methodology or the most experienced project manager can't keep things on track. This is why requirements engineering isn't just a support discipline. It's a project management enabler. It gives structure to planning, protects against scope creep, and sets the tone for quality right from the start. A structured approach for requirements engineering. Requirements engineering isn't only about collecting a feature list. It's about creating structure, before budgets are burned, before deadlines are missed. Its main function is scope protection. Someone has to ask, what exactly are we solving? What belongs in this project and what doesn't? That's where the requirements engineer or business analyst steps in. Their role is to bring business intent, process logic, and system feasibility into one shared language. Good requirements are structured in layers. First, the business need. What outcome are we aiming for? Then, the process requirement. What operational change is necessary? Finally, the system requirement. What does the technology need to enable? When these layers are aligned, teams stop guessing. They start building solutions with purpose to meet the essential needs. Clear requirements don't come from forms and high-level conversation. They come from focused and structured meetings with the relevant stakeholders. It starts with asking the right questions. Why is this needed? What's the expected value? And what does success look like in practice? When business teams only describe features, IT builds functions. But when they describe goals, context, and constraints, solutions become aligned with the real problem. This is also where prioritization becomes critical. Not everything is urgent. Not everything is equally valuable. And not everything needs to be delivered at once. Then comes the topic most projects underestimate: change requests. Most change requests aren't about new needs. They're symptoms of vague or unevaluated requirements at the start. Strong requirements engineering doesn't eliminate change. It makes it transparent, structured, and justified. Every change should have a reason, an impact, and a decision path. That's how change becomes manageable, not chaotic. When requirements are structured, owned, and validated, projects move with direction and scope stays under control. Requirements engineering needs support by leadership. As a leader, you don't need to write the requirements yourself, but you should know who's making sure they're clear, feasible, and aligned. Because poor requirements don't just delay timelines, they erode credibility. And if you're asking, what can I do as a leader to strengthen our requirements practice? Here are 3 simple steps. First, ask for the why. Before you sign off or forward a request, ask, what business need does this actually serve? The answer often reveals gaps and better ways to solve the issue. Second, make priorities visible. Encourage teams to rank requests by value for business, not by volume. If everything is a priority, nothing truly is. Third, give requirements a home. Make sure someone owns them. Someone who connects business, process, and IT, whether it's a business analyst, product owner, or dedicated requirements lead. None of this needs a new tool or framework. It just takes leadership, the kind that sees clarity not as a luxury, but as a core responsibility. Conclusion. Successful project execution doesn't begin when development starts. It begins much earlier, with alignment. And that alignment is only possible when the requirements are clear, validated, and grounded in real business needs. Requirements engineering is often misunderstood as a documentation task, but in reality, it's a leadership instrument. It turns ambition into structure, expectations into scope, and ideas into actionable direction. It's the foundation that allows planning to be realistic, communication to be precise, keep on track, and changes to be managed rather than improvised. As a leader, you're not expected to define every technical detail, but you are responsible for creating the conditions where those details make sense. That starts with structure and requirements. Engineering provides exactly that, a framework that supports good decisions, balanced priorities, and transparent change. Because let's be clear, complexity is inevitable, but confusion is not. Whether a project thrives or stalls often depends not on effort, but on clarity. And clarity isn't something you wait for, it's something you create. If you do have any question how to connect strategy, business, and IT, please do not hesitate to get in contact for a free consultation.